at the studios here in Baltimore City, and today we're going to be having a very interesting conversation about the 2023 election. And I'm waiting for my guest to join me in the studio. But before my guests join me in the studio, I'd like to play a song, and this song is a very interesting song. Let's listen to the song.
Ojú tí ẹ̀yin èké ibi àfojú sí ọ̀nà ò bá bẹ́ẹ̀. Ojú tí ẹ̀yin èké ibi àfojú sí ọ̀nà ò bá bẹ́ẹ̀. Kílẹ̀ tún máa rí sọ. Sáré ọ̀la. Kílẹ̀ tún máa rí sọ. Sáré ọ̀la.
Yeah, so that's a song. That's a very interesting song that we're playing. I'm going to play the song again and just give our Shiwaji compatriots a very interesting. But before we do that, let's play the national anthem and then we'll be right back. Yeah, thank you so much. While the heats and the whole information, the fever of what's going to happen the next few hours is going to happen right now. We're going to play as one of the word from our great leader Shiwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and then we can bring in some of my guests. You can join us on this show by clicking on the link. It's been sent to you, and where you can also make your contribution. So please, you can join on the link and join us live in the studio.
Nigerians, my name is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress. I wish to use this medium to personally thank you and seek your support and prayers for the upcoming presidential election. This election is crucial to our democracy and development as a nation, and we need to get it right. I therefore appeal to you to vote for me. I have the competence and track record to deliver on my promise to you to build a better Nigeria for all. I've done it before in Lagos, and with your support, I can do it again, even much better. You are special, and I believe with consistent collaboration, we will achieve remarkable development. Please, join me on this journey of a renewed hope. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria.
That's the renewed voice of hope by Shiwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and while we take our guest, we have a guest also joining us in the studio today. I would like to say Mr. Tola Banure is joining us live this afternoon. Mr. Tola Banure is going to also be doing justice to this conversation before we have, if we have some of our guests who is going to be joining us. Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good
Mr. Tola Banure, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Yeah, all right. It's a pleasure having you. And after the great meeting we have in Chicago, we're really anticipating for a great day like today. And today has come, and we're so excited that we're seeing a turnout of the result that is coming in now. What do you anticipate from this from the result?
Success, good to pay, and however, to the INEC to the result, but we are hearing good, so we rejoice, jubilate,
We're finding it very hard to hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're finding it very hard to hear you. And
I was saying, going to hear great news. But you know, later INEC should be able to validate it. However, we are hearing great things across the board, so it's good. We have put on all our effort, so we will have success news of God.
okay. All right then. So while we expect some seeing, if you have some of the results, the result with you, if you can share some of the result updates? Would you like to share some of the result of what's of different states that you have
Unfortunately,
on any of the
at the
platform that
moment,
you are on?
I do not want to close yet, just for the fact that to say something until everything.
All right, thank you so much. While we wait for the real unveiling of the mask of who wins the presidential what's it called, the presidential election for this year. We would like to also say that thanks to all the international community that came to also give us their own support. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody. So while we wait for some of the results that are rolling in, and it looks a little bit favorable, watching some of the highlights from different channels, we see that different results are coming in even across board. If you watch Channels TV right now, you see some of the results that are rolling by, and we hope and we're expecting great result from we're expecting great result anyway from different quarters right now, and we wait for some of the results, but we're so positive right now in terms of getting positive results from this election. We will be connecting with some of our friends who are going to be joining us live in the studio. I'd like to say we have somebody called Mr. Abdul Salam who might be joining us. Let me bring him up. Hi, good evening, Mr. Abdul Salam. Hello, good evening. Is Mr. Abdul Salam there? Hello? Okay. I'd like to bring you up again if you want to join the conversation with us this afternoon. Sorry, this evening, this is 4, and this should be 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., 10:45 in Nigeria, while we all anticipate for the result of the election. We will be saying to you, to everybody who is with us. You can join us. The links are there for us to join us live, for anybody who wants to join us live. Before the beat of the heat of the election, the U.S. consulate also made a release out. So we'd like to listen to the release of, and I think in my own fairness, we see that the election was free and fair. Expect some irregularity by some of the party leaders who are trying to, from other parties, who are also trying to conduct some irregularities. But we'll listen to this voice from the Consul General of the U.S. Consulate General.
My people, uno well done, oh. My name na Will Stevens. I be the Oga for America Matter for Lagos. Election this year na February 25. America no get candidate for this election, oh. And we no get party where we like pass. The thing where we support for this election na fair democratic process. We go show wetin Nigerian people like. Make we all put body for this election. Any party where you like, make you there, your vote matter. Man, woman, youth, adult, make you carry your PVC. Go vote for the person where they your mind. My people, I take God beg una. Election no be war, oh. No follow anybody fight because of vote. Una get luck, say Nigeria be one country where una fit choose your next leader. This chance where una get, mean say you suppose put body for this election. No waiting day, and no cause any yawa on the election day. God go bless Nigeria, God go bless America, safe joining.
That was a message from the Consul General. Do we still have Mr. Abdusalam here? Hello, Mr. Abdusalam. Hello, Mr. Abdusalam. Okay. I don't think we can get Mr. Abdusalam here, but in the beat of that, we'll play some very interesting music while we get some of our guests that comes in on the show. In a beat of seconds now, we will play some music, some very interesting music on the show. Just give us some few minutes. We're trying to put up some technical things in the place. We're trying to put up some, just hold on.
Jẹ́ ká kó làkúrò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, máa ètò kì í wo pé ènìyàn kú tó lọ́wọ́. Ẹni tí yóò rí ṣe bá farawé ẹ̀ á sì gbà. Bí labalábá bá farawé ẹ̀ á tẹ̀. Máa ètò mi ò pé níyẹn. Ayé tí ó wá ayé máa dì. Ayé jẹ́lẹ̀ ń kẹ́ tó dáa. Ìjọba kò ló wá. Tiwa ní Súlé Tàfà, Máìtò ọlọ́lá lẹ́jẹ́. Tani máa gbé náà wojú erin kó wí. Ọlá bí n kú ọ̀gọ́, ó ṣòro fojú ilé ẹran. Ilé ewúrẹ́ ń fẹ́ rí, níbi Àjànàkú Súlé Tàfà ń sọ̀rọ̀. Owó tí Máìtò ń ná lójúmọ́, báwọn bá lọ́rùn rẹ̀ lọ́dún méje ó rí ṣe ni. Súlé Tàfà Máìtò bàbá wọn dé. Táwọn ìjòyè ń di kọ́sára lóde, táwọn ẹgbẹ̀rì tí ó máa ń kọ́kọ́, kì í ṣe pọ́ńdù pọ́ńdù. láyé tó sábà wò wá lóye. Báṣobìnrin bàbá àbúrò tó láyé. Bá fẹ́ lọ́kọ̀ nítorí owó níná. Mo kí ẹ bá gbogbo ẹlẹ́ṣà òkú ọmọ kan láàárọ̀.
So, in the beat of this, we'll also be having a guest in the studio. We're having some of our guests who are joining us live now, and I'd like to bring one of our guests on the show. Hi, good evening, sir. Hello, good evening, Engineer Karuri. Are we on to Engineer Karuri? Hello? Hello? We're finding it very hard to hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Engineer Karonwe from New Jersey, United States. We've been monitoring the situation, and we believe what is going on is good for Nigeria. And as I've said earlier in some of the program, some of us in diaspora is now we are thinking it's almost time that we go back home and give back and be fully on ground. If Ajuaju comes in, I'm a Lagos boy for say, I'm a Yaba boy. I went to Unilag. We were there. I was trained. I became a chartered engineer in Nigeria, but the way things are, we have to move over here. And we've been here. That was why my submission to the last town meeting, and based on the reaction of Asiwaju, and Nigeria is set for better.
So what are those things that you want from Asiwaju as regards the diaspora and the diaspora in terms of policy formulation?
From policy formulation. Thank you very much. The main thing, the main albatross of Nigeria is the security, which goes in, which is almost, which go in synonyms with the economy. We are here, we have our dollars here. We are ready to move it home, but I can't move it home while I will not be able to be there. At least once in a while, you understand? 2 years ago, a friend of mine from here went home. He was killed, and that's you know what that means. He was from Igbora. You understand? So what we're trying to say is that in policy formulation, he should try to annex us, particularly professional. As I said, I'm a registered engineer here. I'm a PE here, and a registered engineer in Nigeria too. So we want professionals, and most of my colleagues here, particularly whites, they be asking that what is happening to Nigeria? Nigeria is supposed to be on the table. They want to invest. We have ideas. So what we want from him is that he should find all means to solve the security issue. Then the economy will fall in place. That's just the only thing that I would say. And he knows. He knows. That's what I mean. But the only thing we are fearful of is the health. Asiwaju's health. Though I believe, to me, I do tell people Buhari is even worse than that, because we're so scared of Buhari's health. Then, if Buhari can survive, I believe Asiwaju will survive and move us forward. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you on the show today from the city of New Jersey. Would like to say thank you so much for joining us, and for anybody who is also listening to us, you're listening to us on www.asiwajuradio.com. We're streaming on asiwajuradio.com too, and you can decide to join us on the show. We would like to also get your own opinion on a lot of things. Like I said, today it's a day where we all trying to sample our own opinion, sample our own opinion about what yesterday's election looks like. And looking at the fact files and seeing what's going on in different states, we see the trooping in of the results, and we're waiting. We're earnestly waiting for the result to be announced. So while we also wait for some of the results that's going to be collated by INEC, we will wait. We will earnestly wait, and for some of us who can join us on the show, can also join us on the show to give us your own beat of reaction towards the yesterday election. I would like to say thank you so much for everybody who has also joined us. I would like to say the show continues, and we still expect people who want to also make their remark known on the show can also make their remark known on the show. While we wait, Mr. Banre is on transit, and while we wait for him to join, we will also be connecting to other people in different looks and cranny. We'll be expecting other people from looks and cranny to join this conversation right now. And so people can join us. If you're listening to us on asiwajuradio.com, you can also join us on the show this great afternoon. And while we wait for others to join us, we'll say thank you so much for every other person who has joined us on this show. We'll continue with the music of Haruna Shala, and we'll be right back.
Lójú omi abúlù bẹ́ẹ̀ sì yó. Ọjọ́ ńlá lọ́jọ́ yẹn, lọ́jọ́ ìsìnkú abúlù bẹ́ẹ̀ sì yó.
We're waiting for some of our cold music has been played. Just hold on.
Ojú ti ìyàwó tí ọmú wá lélẹ̀ ọkọ. Ojú ti ìyàwó tí ọmú wá lélẹ̀ ọkọ. Ojú tọrọ wọ àpapọ̀. Igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe rárá. Igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe. Igi ńlá èjì lòun lómi. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi mú igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe rárá. Igi kan ò lè dágbó ṣe. Igi ńlá èjì lòun lómi. Ìbò ńlá tó wà lódò, ṣebí inú ẹlẹ́yà, ibẹ̀ ló ń jẹ tó. Ìbò ńlá tó wà lódò, ṣebí inú ẹlẹ́yà, ibẹ̀ ló ń jẹ tó. Ibi ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ń bọ̀ ṣẹ́ rántí. Ibi ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti ń bọ̀ ṣẹ́ kẹ́rù ẹ̀ kó máa. Ó ti tẹ́ lọ ẹ̀mí ọkọ. Obìnrin tí ò gbọ́ràn ẹ̀jẹ̀ lórí. Ìyàwó tí ò gbọ́ràn ẹ̀jẹ̀ lórí. Lórí àìbámọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra. Obìnrin tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin, ìyàwó tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin. Obìnrin tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin, ìyàwó tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin. Tó bá bímọ á sì máa gbádùn, bí ò bímọ á sì máa gbádùn. Ẹni tó lè ṣe Olúwa ló lè ṣe. Ènìyàn ò lè kánjú lọ́dọ̀. Obìnrin tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin, ìyàwó tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin. Obìnrin tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin, ìyàwó tó bá mọ rírì ọkùnrin. Tó bá bímọ á sì máa gbádùn, yóò yí bímọ á sì máa gbádùn. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè ṣe Olúwa ló lè ṣe. Ènìyàn ò lè kánjú lè Olódùmarè. Alájẹjù kẹ́rí bàbá ọmọ ìyàwó alájẹjù kẹ́rí bàbá. Alájẹjù kẹ́rí bàbá ọmọ ìyàwó alájẹjù kẹ́rí bàbá.
Àwọn aláṣejù tó gbẹ́nú tó ń gbémú tó ń rí pé bó la fẹ́ gbégbà nílùú ní APC. You know, we're here to tell you that in the next few hours, the game is going to change. So if you want to join us live, you can call our number displayed on the screen, or either you can also connect live with us on the studio. The link is there. Just click on the link and you can join us live in the studio. Let's know what your fate is. Let's know what you feel about the yesterday 2023 election, and what your expectations like in the next few hours when the result will be announced. And let's wait, and let's keep the jubilation shoe ready, and so that in the next few hours we can dance all and rock and roll, and to the victory of our great leader Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We'll wait for our next result to be announced in the next few hours, and we'll keep our finger crossed. Let's start Shamashe Miliki before the result is being announced.
Ọkọ̀ sídé kájú ní Àlàbí, ọkọ̀ adé àjò ní Àlàbí. Bàbá gbà ní bàbá Sùrájù, bàbá bá.
Don adasa ko kiɗa yau. Don adasa ko kiɗan ganga. Baba na cire duhu mai irisi. A wanda sai manya a zata yau. Ni rara na fito da yayi a kai. san me za ka faɗa abu buɗa. San haɗa kai na su babu kuskunda. Kashin Asuwaju, kashin da tunan bazan zaɓa. Sakon yaji ne a sato mi barin memba a jihar Borno ya ce ba za mu canza. Iya kashin da tunan bazan zaɓa. Ba zai yarda da yan ta more ba. Sai APC a kudin da arewa kasar mu ba za mu canza ba. Hello, hello, hello. Tinubu kanki na har illo. Tinubu raki ka kan falo. Asuwaju su sai solo. Ki sai yan foto. Daukar kwarya tallo. Ya karo babami. Asuwaju ya kasuwa babami. Bola. Kurelle babami. Babami see me. See. Some people already know me now. Tapi dan Allah, kata nan baka pun Allah, kashin bawan Allah. APC, Musulmi na happy, Kiristoci happy, malaman suna happy, Musulma na happy, dattijai na happy, birni kawai happy, kudanci na happy, arewa suna happy, yan mata na happy, samari ma happy, ganin PDP, mata ta ɗauko bi, ga noma ya ishe fatanya, a san wata ishe tukunya, a noma ya tarar da samu, ga makiya suna ta buya. Ga Asuwaju shi da kashin mako da kunu ya samaya, a sai kallo a bar wa Allah. A jirgi ne ya lura duk ya Asuwaju zana zaba. Najeriya kasata da kashin mutai shake ma babba. Najeriya kasata ina an ka taba wa zan bari ba. Najeriya kasata na san zafin sinadari ba. Najeriya kasata baba in ya gama ya baiwa baba. Najeriya kasata kashin mu Asuwaju ban bari ba. Najeriya kasata ikiram na Kano ba zan kibe ba. Najeriya kasa sai kashin mu Asuwaju baba sai kashin mu Asuwaju baba Asuwaju sai kashin mu Asuwaju sai memba Satobi sai memban jere ayyirri mata ayyirri ku dau kuri'a ku fito mata ku dau kuri'a ku fito mata shati matanin ku muke fata yan za su kula da maza mata kudin da arewa mahaifata ku ƙara shirin kirki mata ta zafi na da na yayana ku fito mu yi APC wata ta zafi na da kawaye na ina ƙaunar ku masoyana sabon ma APC su aka yi wa lasisi su karɓi presidency Ronaldo ga Messi haɗuwarsu akwai fansi muna da kuɗi besi rungumi APC kuma yi da mazanki na saukashin ba. Hello. Everybody, Asuwaju, everybody, we say everybody, Asuwaju. Everybody, Asuwaju, mommy and daddy, Asuwaju to get my daddy, Asuwaju da mai aikin dodi, Asuwaju mai tallan yadi, Asuwaju abin da shoemaker, Asuwaju trader harbinka, Asuwaju da bin market woman, Asuwaju mechanic men woman, Asuwaju direba da okada, Asuwaju da mai aikin walda, Asuwaju masu bugun shanta, Asuwaju farmers and fishers, Asuwaju ina kuke da shisha, Asuwaju mahauta waya buchas, Asuwaju yan kamashotas, Asuwaju importer exporters, Asuwaju da yan harkar fata, Asuwaju teachers da event centers, Asuwaju hada da school teachers, Asuwaju we for City boy, Asuwaju. You are winning, Asuwaju. We are happy, Asuwaju. Everybody, Asuwaju. Ashe? Sai gaba.
Jagaba shine
Wanda Allah mu ne gaba.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Bola Ahmad Tinubu.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Jagaban, jagaban.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Asuwaju.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Tinubu.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Alhaji Ahmad Tinubu.
Jagaba shine gaba.
APC.
Jagaba shine gaba.
Allah shi ne gaba.
Hi, good afternoon. Good evening from this side, or good afternoon from this side, and good evening in Nigeria. I have Dear Kolade. Hi, Dear Kolade, good evening. Hello, Dear Kolade, can you hear me? Dear Kolade, can you project a little bit louder? Okay. Okay, so I guess we lost Dear Kolade and we're waiting for him to join us. Maybe we're just waiting for Dear Kolade to join us on the show now, so we can have a very interesting conversation on the show. Dear Kolade, can you hear me? Okay. Before we take Dear Kolade, probably we just wait for Dear Kolade to join us. We will play a short song. All right, Dear Kolade, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Dear Kolade? Dear Kolade, can you hear me? Okay. While we wait for Dear Kolade to join us, we have another guest in the studio. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, good evening. And it's always a very interesting time to have you live. I know it's going to be a well resounding conversation this evening. And having one of our great compatriots, Asiwaju diehard, compatriot joining us live on the show this evening. I want you to bring back the vibes and the energy from the beginning of when we started Asiwaju Radio. And I need you to bring back the history. I need you to bring back the, I need you to bring back that vibes that you always give to us. In a short word, can you describe Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for people who are, have an initial contradictory, view about him? I hear a lot of views from different people giving me different views that, he's an old man. He's supposed to go and rest. What has he done? This is not all about sentiment. For me as a person, for you as a person, you had one-on-one, engagement with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Seeing what transited yesterday and to today, and from the days that we've been, campaigning. What exactly is your overview about Asiwaju? What exactly is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
To me, hello, are you with me?
We can hear you.
I'll call him Mr. Democracy of Nigeria, whether anybody wants to like it or not. His name is Mr. Democracy of Nigeria. He's the last man standing. He's the last dawn of Nigeria. He has done everything. And this is the time for us to compensate him. And we thank God that God has made history yesterday. History has been made. Asiwaju, the best product of Yoruba land, has been produced as the president of Nigeria.
Okay, looking at
the best product in Yoruba land, the best product in Igbo land, the best product in house. Because when you talk about politics in Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is number one. Thank you.
Okay, looking at the manifesto, I have seen the manifesto, and I have seen some incredible stuffs and energy that the PCC team, have put together in terms of creating an engaging, what's it called? Engaging, issues, that are supposed to be faced, we're supposed to be addressed, which is a national issue and the state level. What are your views in terms of seeing the manifesto? Do you think the manifesto is something and it's going to really, really work in terms of changing the face of Nigeria? Because everybody are talking about, what agenda does this old man has for us? So looking at his manifesto, what is your own overview in terms of changing the narrative of Nigeria where Nigeria is now?
You say, my brother, let me tell you one thing. Anybody can run their mouth. Everybody knows what Asiwaju can do. Asiwaju did it first in Lagos State. When Asiwaju was maintaining the federal rules for federal government, Obasanjo was fighting him before the judge voice then that they should not touch the federal rules. You remember the Babish those days by NTA 10, where you have the Babish overflowing down to the streets, almost taking all houses. Asiwaju did that with that, and it was not even, there was no manifesto there. You understand? I will tell you one thing, these are people that know what to do. These are people that know what is good for their citizen. He doesn't even need, you will see, everybody knows there's change already. There is change. He's going to implement everything he has written in his manifesto. Education, transportation. You can see, from example, we can see Lagos State now. We don't need to start talking. He has his men already. The battle is there, anti-corruption. Fashola is there. Works. Who do you want? Tell me. He has his boys already, his men already with him that will perfect everything. It is not like hearsay. You see, some people don't want some people to break their history. That is why they're scared of Asiwaju. Asiwaju is going to be the best president Nigeria ever had. Asiwaju is going to be the president Nigeria, the best president Nigeria ever had. You can't compare Asiwaju with anybody now. One guy I just saw like an advert, I don't know what I was like. The guy said the Asiwaju should go out at a university of politics. My brother, let's leave that. Let's thank God. It is time to jubilate. All I will tell you. You should be jubilating. There's no two things.
Yeah,
Nigeria is a better nation now. Everything is going to be put in place. I can bet you with that.
In the realm of looking at the economic situation of Nigeria right now,
yeah,
if you were supposed to sit down, like I always ask you this question, if you're supposed to sit down on an economic think tank, what are your strong recommendations for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in transforming the economic development of our great nation?
You see, like number one, importation, light, because like one day, I know like one day, you see, like I don't like one day, it's just like he has the stars already. So, like in his days was the days he started Aaron in Lagos, that Obasanjo has to stop him from doing, you understand? So it is not like he knows what to do. I can't he's too big for me to tell like one day, but like I know like one day he will put the lights in place, the market structure will be there, the banking structure will be put in place, the so-called Emefiele stupid, what's it called? Stupid currency swap will be checked. Everything you see, the economy of the country will come back to place. I will tell you that. I know him and I know he can do it. He's an accountant. You understand? He's an accountant. He knows where the shoes is paining everybody. He's a man of the people. He knows everybody. He talks to everybody all the time. You understand? So for me, I'm good about him, sir. I don't know what to say because, like me, I'm in the jubilation mood. I'm just too happy. We started this thing. I've been a Asiwaju follower since 1999, and I will never in my life, I will stay with him, dead and alive.
So before you go, I'm trying to bring another guest in the studio, who is going to join us. Dear Kolade Akin.
Yes, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, dear Kolade is calling from Badagry. Let's ask a question. Yeah, good evening. And we have one of our elder statesmen from APC live here. I'm going to ask you a question. The old controversies of what is going on. And between different young folks and different Nollywood stars and raising eyebrow and saying that no, different people are with different people with different agendas and different scopes, coming with their own ideology that this man is too old, and do you think it's by the age or by experience or by age? So you as a young person, if you were supposed to vote for either Peter Obi or the Showore, who is also a young person also, but I don't think he's contesting, and then look at the people like Atiku, you have the right to vote for all these people. Why exactly did you choose to vote for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Thank you so much. You were talking of, is it age, is it experience? Of course, both.
Is it by age? What made you vote for him?
Okay. This is his ideology. And I've seen Tinubu done this before. And trust me, Nigeria needs somebody who is tough, who is intelligent, who has been there before, who is a leader to lead us. We don't need a manager, we need a leader, and that's Asiwaju. What he can do. People talk a lot of stuff, and I'm saying you don't even need to like this leader. The question, and that's yes, because he's been there before. You have to vote for him.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Mr. Olajide Okuneye. So, why did you, if you were supposed to be in Nigeria, what exactly would be your main pointer for voting for him? Can I? Okay, we lost him. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're waiting for you to connect. Dear Kolade is, I guess he has technical issues.
Just give me a minute, please.
All right. one of the musicians saying "Ìpàdé dọjọ́ ìbò," meaning the
Yes,
meeting we located at the vote center, and justice was well done yesterday. And if you ask me, and from the obedient family, I don't know what they meant, what they're saying, but I don't really understand the different. And I think that doesn't validate as far as I'm concerned. So I wanted to ask you, Mr. Jide. I guess I have Engineer Karumi back here. Engineer, hi, good evening, Engineer. Hello, Engineer Karui. Okay, I guess we didn't get Engineer Karui.
Yeah, hello. I said you muted me. Hi.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Once again.
So I wanted to ask you a question. Listening to Mr. Mr. Olajide Okuneye, and I'm going to ask you a question. If you were supposed to sit down with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and asked to give a strong recommendations of what are the highlights of what it needs to do, what are your strong pointers? Is it economic? Is it growth? Is it education? Is it power? What exactly are you looking at for him? What are your strong expectations from Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Generally, let's just have a general conversation. What are your strong expectations from him?
Okay, thank you. On the way Nigeria is now, there is one thing that is very germane. That is the key. The main thing is the security. If the security comes in, because security is synonymous with the economy. If Nigeria is secured, I won't lie to you, foreign investment will comes in, and the economy will improve. And the economy will improve because right now nobody wants to invest in Nigeria because one thing, security. I will set one example for you. 11 years ago, I was operations manager to Obasanjo Holdings, the former president. I went to Turkey for, if anybody know Nigeria Mining Corporation that was in Ikorodu, I went to Turkey to bring experts. We had meeting in Nikon Nuga and everything. We are at the verge of signing the contract for them to turn around because what we were planning then was for the mining to be able to be producing bricks that will reduce the concrete bricks price down to half. And the Turkish were ready. But when it's now time, they are supposed to supply the machineries and and some fund. But when it goes to EU level, for them to release that fund, do you believe they said Nigeria is not secured? They said they cannot release it, that Nigeria is not secure. Do you believe the whole process, that was how it went to Lou and they went to Senegal? So just because of security. And that will have skyrocketed Ikorodu and what have you section to another level. So what I'm saying is that security is what is need to just hold first. Then economically, Nigeria will move up. That's to me.
Okay, thank you so much. It seems I also have another guest that just joined us. Mr. Akin Shonaike. Hi, good evening, Mr. Akin Shonaike. Hello, Mr. Akin Shonaike. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Akin. Can you hear me?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to ask you a question. Where are you? Where are you calling from? Mr. Akin, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Akin, can you hear me?
I don't.
Okay, Mr. Akin Oshanaike can hear us. Thank you. So I'm just going to bring him down. So I'm going to ask a question from. I'm going to ask a question back from Mr. Engineer Karui is still here.
Engineer Karunwi.
Karunwi, sorry.
Exactly.
Karunwi is still here. Sorry for.
I think he's back. I think he's back.
Okay. Okay, let me see if I can have. Okay. I wanted to ask a question, which is the last question I'm going to ask you, and then I have one of the young youth leaders also from the ABC is also here. Let me ask a question from Samuel. Samuel is strong. A strong media expert also at the Governor Sanwo-Olu, and also has been involved in a lot of think tank for the election. Samuel, how do you feel today? Seeing Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, seeing the very remarkable result coming out. What's your reaction towards that?
Good evening, everyone. I mean, sorry, I'm changed off. Let me apologize for that. And I think that I'm just happy to see the fact that we're seeing the numbers, and we begin to see that the voting is turning in, is tilting to more and more to a direction that Asiwaju is going to win. And it's good because there's been a lot of slander, a lot of negative also, which is part of the beauty of politics, or which is part of the beauty of democracy, right? But I mean, I'm just excited that we're seeing, that we're seeing the voice of people being heard. We're seeing that people still care about facts and figures, right? And I mean, I'm happy that, on one hand, we saw a huge turnout of voters, but even at that, we saw that Asiwaju got the right number of votes that, is getting the desired votes. And this is the man who, has done his best, not just for Lagos, but for Nigeria. He has had a handshake across Nigeria, which means that unlike traditional Southwest leaders who just stay in the comfort of the Southwest, he has gone across the board. He has gone into the North. He has friends in the North. He has got to the South and the Southwest and the Southeast, to make sure that his sphere of influence is wide enough. And today we're seeing the benefit of that sphere of influence that took him over 20 years to build. And we're seeing the reward of patience and hard work and dedication to progressive ideology. And for me, that's what it is. We're seeing the triumph of the progressive ideology so far.
All right. So, Samuel, thank you so much, Samuel, for joining and giving us your own trajectory about the what you feel and what you can say about the 2023 poll election that just happened a few hours ago. While we wait for the INEC, I need to get the reaction from Mr. Olajide Okuneye. Mr. Jide, what are your submissions? What do you think Nigerians should expect from this result in the next few hours?
Like one thing, the best news that can happen to any country is having one of the best presidents in the world, which Asiwaju will be for Nigeria. So we should be expecting the last dawn to be swearing on the May 29, 2023 as the president of Nigeria.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question for Mr. Tola Banire. Are you there? Mr. Tola Banire from Chicago. Are you there? Mr. Tola, are you there? Okay. While we take Mr. Engineer Karunwi, what are your top-notch expectations? Like I asked you earlier, what do you expect from the result in the next few hours?
I don't expect anything than resounding victory, because number one, I'm in for Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Number one, he has worked for it. I'm happy for one thing. This is the first time in Nigeria history that we are going to have a president that's really worked for it and that is ready. That is ready. Let me put it that way. Because the reason why I'm saying that is that, as the other participants have said, he has been building this. I would say I would call them teams. He has been building this team and building the bridges across Nigeria. So I don't think it will wait maybe for a year or this or that, or 3 months or 2 months before you know the right people in the right place, which will make his administration to move faster, because he is, I would say, he know how to use human resources very well. So, and with that, I believe that will be a plus for him. And Nigeria, as I've said, Nigeria will be on the table for the whole world to come over and pick. That's just the only thing.
Thank you so much. I wanted to ask one question from Samuel. So, in terms of youth engagement and educational structure, in terms of Samuel, what are your strong recommendations? What are your strong?
Well, I think personally, I think that our youth have a lot of work on their hands to do. You know, Steve, remember when we were growing up, we didn't have access to so much information while we were growing up, but we did our research. But the sad thing about our Gen Zs and our young people today is simple. Information is at their fingertips, at the speed of the keyboard or the speed of the internet, but they still fail to do their research and get access to information, and they always rely on secondary reports like Twitter and all of that. I'm not saying that is bad, but you see, we're at a point where a lot of our young people need to, begin to get consciously seek out information. On the one hand, I like the fact that they are passionate about politics. If we've looked at the trajectory since 1999, we see that a lot of more and more young people are getting involved or interested in politics, especially during the campaign period. But it's not enough. You must be aware of the laws and the things that guide, electioneering. A good example was today, I got wind of the fact that some young people who are support of other parties were arrested. Why? Because they were snapping the polling unit. And that is a criminal offense. And these things are online for you to find out. And even though they were won twice, they still refused. And now the people are in panty. So I'm happy that a lot of young people are interested in the political space, But my fear is that most of them are driven by sentiment and not information. And they're not even taking the time out to listen to contrary opinions, right? Because I think Aristotle said that the mark of an educated person is the fact that you're able to listen to contrary opinions and take them in, even if you don't accept them, right? But our young people refuse to meet up to that standard. They don't even allow you to express your contrary opinion. They all bully you, and that's not the sign of an educated populace that we want to see, right? And also, it's not enough for them to talk and shout. They must also back up their talking with action and with information. And most of our young people are too lazy. And I remember talking to a few people a few months back, and I said, how many young people read this EdSARS report that came out? It was 394 pages. I read everything through and through. But most of them, all they did was went on the street and they shouted and did that. But when the reports came out, they didn't bother reading it. And these are the attitudes or the habits that we must leave aside if our young people want to truly have their voices heard in the political space. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Samuel, for giving us that resounding remark. I'd like to ask the final question, your final thoughts. I need to take Mr. Jide. What are we expecting? What do you think we're expecting? I've been asking what our expectations are over and over and over and over. Let me try and see if we can get Mr. Hello, Mr. King.
I don't know where it is.
Mr. King, can you hear us? Hello, Mr. King, can you hear us? Mr. King, are you there? Hello, Mr. King.
Okay, they are talking. Maybe you can hear my name.
Okay, yeah, okay. So I wanted to ask you a question. Are you there? So what are your top-notch expectations with your asking the guests? What are your top-notch expectations?
I don't know. If it's not,
what do you say? Finally, very hard to hear him. So, all right, thank you so much. I would like to say thank you so much to all our guests that joined us on the show today. We'll still continue this. As we have more guests that join us on the studio to have this conversation. Please just try as much as possible to share this link to people who want to join us live on the show. Thank you. Mr. Tola Banire. Mr. Tola Banire, are you home? Mr. Tola Banire, are you there? Hello, Mr. Tola Banire, are you there? Okay, thank you so much for everybody who are joining us live on this conversation, on the bold conversation this afternoon. Been discussing what our strong expectations are going to be for the next few hours. I am earnestly waiting for the result to be announced, and I like to say, we want to party hard tonight. I want to party hard. I don't know. Mr. King, I don't know Mr. King is. I know Mr. King said he's in New Jersey. No. Mr. Karen said he's in New Jersey. New Jersey is just right beside me here. So, and I know Mr. Jide is also very close to me. So I'm expecting my cold chill beer.
And the red one will be sent to you. Don't bother.
Yeah. We live in Maryland here, so we're expecting.
Okay, Maryland. That's just an hour to me.
Yeah, so we're expecting to hear from you. Thank you so much for everybody who has joined this show. We would like to end the show, and we'll be back in the next 1 hour. We will have a very topical conversation where we'll be bringing Dayo. We'll try as much as possible to bring Dayo from the Situation Room, which is the national youth leader of the APC. Thank you so much for everybody who has joined us, and thank you, Mr. Tola Banire, who has also joined us from this show. Thank you, Engineer Karun. We would like to say thank you so much, and Mr. King, thank you for joining us, and also Samuel Isite from the Lagos State Ministry. Thank you so much for joining us. We'd like to say thank you for joining this show. We'll be right back in the next 1 hour.